part 4, Chris and I.
We do another one?
Yeah, why not? Since
But why I
you-
have to go? I've got.
Oh, you have what time is
It's almost 12:30.
12:30?
We could still do another one.
Yeah,
And do it.
like we could just talk about relationships.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about relationships, especially because Valentine's Day is coming soon.
Yeah.
14th, and what a better time to talk about relationships.
Yeah.
So before we ask Chris's opinion on what relationship is, I want to just throw this from Eastern wisdom tradition that your relationship with everything around you. So look around you, everything you have a relationship with. All those relationships are the mirrors of your relationship with yourself. See, when you're attracted to someone in a relationship, they are actually portraying all these qualities which you want more of within you, and you kind of associate those qualities. Either you have those qualities or you want to be more of those, and that's why you're attracted. And in the same way, you are repelled by some people because those are the qualities you don't want to associate yourself with, or you don't accept those qualities. So think about a person you would never want to go on a vacation with. And think about what are those qualities in that person that you really dislike, whether it's selfishness, whether they're narcissistic, and see if you can come to accept that you can display these qualities when you are under stress. That when you are in stress, you'll exactly exude these qualities within you. Otherwise, these qualities in that person would not ever bother you. And in that sense, the relationship is like a mirror because it's showing you all the things you like about other person are the qualities you want to become and you can become in this moment. And the things which you dislike is where the growth is, that you can get to accept those aspects of yourself which are within you. But once you become aware of those things, then you can accept and let go and then forgive the other person because you have accepted those things about yourself. So Chris, I want to ask you about your relationship with Lori. And it's been, how long has it been?
We've been together about 6.5 years.
6.5
We've been married for a little over 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
So what's Course of Miracle, a Course in Miracles perspective on relationships?
You know, relationships, well, first, the one thing it says first is that the way the ego uses relationships, it uses it as a way to get specialness. You know, you look at like Hollywood and we're taught all these ideas of love, like you're my special, you're everything to me, you complete me.
Yeah.
And it's actually the ego's way to keep us separate. So if I can love you and you're everything to me, it's like us against the world out there. But then what happens is that love, that the conflict starts to show up in the relationship. Whereas a holy relationship is about two people already complete coming together, and the relationship becomes about expressing their completeness. And relationships, not just your Valentine's relationship. I write about this in my book. I think that our relationships with our partners, your wife or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend, become a great way to learn love and forgiveness, that you can bring it out to the world.
Beautiful, yeah.
You know, that you practice it. Because those intimate relationships, I think Eckhart Tolle talks about, like the pain body comes up.
Yeah.
And you know, when the pain body, when two people come together, first they're so in love, like there's a psychologist, Stephen Walensky, who spent time in India. He probably studied with like 100 different gurus, and very brilliant guy. He wrote this book called Intimate Relationships: Why They Do and Do Not Work. And he says something similar to the Course. He says that when we're born, our shock of separation from our mother is so intense that we spend the rest of our life trying to heal it.
Oh yeah, sure. The root chakra.
So the Course takes a step further and says the shock of separation from God is so intense that we spend our whole life trying to heal it. So what he talks about in this book, Intimate Relationships: Why They Do and Do Not Work, is that we learn to put up this false core, false self as a way to try to get our needs met in the world. So people aren't really seeing the essence of each other. They put up a mask and they meet at their masks, and if their masks match up, they call it love.
Yeah.
But the problem is those masks don't last. As life changes.
Is that how you talk about the conscious mind? When you get into a relationship, you bring your conscious mind forward. You talk about yourself in a way that this is who you think you are, and you basically put your best foot forward. And then after some time, the real self comes out, the subconscious mind, the 95% of our life. And that's when the other partner says, who is this
Totally.
person? Yeah.
So what he talks about in the course is that the relationship can actually become a mirror to heal those unconscious parts within ourselves of separation. So that becomes a holy relationship. It becomes about wholeness. And then, I'm not trying to get something from the relationship. I'm actually attempting to give, constantly give to the relationship.
So important not to mix the relationship with business. And the way the Vedic literature talks about relationship, since you brought up the business aspect, give and take is usually business.
Yeah.
But when you do business, the whole mindset is to make profit. And when you make profit, the business is successful. So when you bring that same mindset into your relationship, then you want to give less and receive more, because that's when you're profitable. And eventually you want to give nothing and receive everything. That's when the relationship collapses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rather than what the Course says is giving and receiving are one and the same. So the more I can give to my partner, the more I start to receive. Now, that's challenging for people because you get to learn certain communication skills, learn skills in dealing with challenges. With Lori and I, if there's ever any time like where maybe there's a disagreement on something, we always treat each other as though I'm not winning unless my partner's winning also.
Good.
So then you start to step back.
Beautiful.
You lower your voice. We have the way we don't raise our voice at each other.
Either the team wins or nobody wins.
Totally.
Yeah.
So when you think about wow,
just that in itself is relationship in a nutshell. Either the team wins or no one wins.
I think that's it. Either we both win together or none of us are winning.
Yeah.
And it's been really amazing, to be able to live that every day. And that relationship can be a real soil for success, for growth. And it's about also, I think, keeping your eyes pointed towards God or the one, towards self, towards a higher vision or curriculum that this relationship is about going to whether you call it awakening, going to God, to the deepest parts of ourself. I think that it becomes beautiful.
Yeah, so the relationship totally a mirror like you described it, and it's not just your relationship with your partner. It could be a relationship with anything.
Valentine's this year.
Yeah.
Remember, it's not about like the specialness, like, oh, you're everything to me, and it's about we're both complete, and then using that as a way to express love, not just for your partner, but out to the world.
Yeah.
And it's not the same type of love. The Course says in the world, love is different than this universal agape type love. But you can use your relationship as a way to foster love, that you can have an open heart to the world.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you go and date other people or be intimate with other people, but I can use this relationship as a way to foster a deep sense of joy and gratitude and love within myself that I then bring out into the world.
And that talks about even if you don't have a relationship right now with someone, loved one, you could still celebrate this Valentine's Day fully by just being with yourself. When you're being with yourself, you're actually honoring your own time and surrendering. Whenever you have a relationship, you have a relationship. But letting go of that desperate energy to be with someone.
Absolutely, because it pushes it away.
Pushes it away.
Yeah.
Just remember, no one can break your heart. People can only break your expectations. So this is a great opportunity to foster this self-love within you.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Namaste. Namaste, Guruji.
Yes. Namaste, Guruji.